You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
What a beautiful day for horses in the morning.
You are listening to the #1 horse podcast in the world. Here is your entertaining look at the horse world and the people in it.
Well, good Wednesday morning, everybody. I am Glenn the Geek in Ocala, Florida.
And I'm Jamie Jennings in Norman, Oklahoma. You're listening to Horses in the Morning on the Horse Radio Network for Wednesday, November 1st, episode 3297, brought to you today by Kemin Equine. Good morning, horse people.
Wednesday, the day we cover Glenn's favorite topic, horse health. And Jamie makes you feel better about yourself with the latest weird news from around the world. Happy Wednesday.
That's right. It is Wednesday, and we are here today. We're going to be talking to a couple of guests. We have Rachel, who is on from Blue Ribbon Beauty, and she helps riders look their best. And then Susan Smith is on, talking about Equine Ortho-Bionomy. See, that's why you're taking that one, because I can't even say the words. And do you have any weird news?
I do.
Okay. And then
really, like, nothing? You got nothing?
Apparently not.
I couldn't be married to you, Glenn. I swear to God. Because when I hear the day November 1st,
yeah,
does that not ring a bell in your brain?
Oh, God. I need to write this down and put it in I need to make a poster for my wall. Happy anniversary!
There you go. 13 years we've been doing this podcast.
At 13 years, I've forgotten this anniversary.
Every 13, you forget.
I'm amazed you remember it.
Yeah, I have Facebook memories, so I already looked at it. So,
we wouldn't remember anything if it wasn't for Facebook.
I know, thank God. Yeah. So yeah, 13 years today.
We're going into our 14th year.
Don't prematurely age me, okay? Let's just focus on 13. I would like to say that we have to bring up every single anniversary episode what my husband said to me when I got this job.
Oh, yes.
You got a job about horses, talking about horses on a podcast? What are you going to talk about after 2 weeks? Well, there you go. 13 years later. It's like I just do this to spite him.
And almost, I mean, we're at 3297. We're going to be at 3,300 episodes next week.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, we are one of the longest running independent podcasts in the world. So there you go. We're just too stubborn to quit, I think.
I think that's it.
Yeah, what else would I do in my mornings without talking to you? Speaking of which, I do like to gloat occasionally, just a little bit in the last 13 years. I haven't had the opportunity to gloat much because, of course, you're usually right. Except that I was really surprised, actually, at the poll. So we did this poll on Monday. You thought that every horse person that is in the world, especially horse women, not necessarily horse guys, has watched Man from Snowy River. And I said, you'll be shocked at the number of people who haven't. And the results are in. After 237 votes with the auditors, 61% had seen it and 39% had not.
So you're gloating because I won?
39% had not.
You said it was going to be 50-50.
Yeah, but you said that everybody had seen it. And there were lots of comments, which I thought were interesting. Everything from, I've seen it multiple times, I love it, I've seen it 10 times too. I started it, made about 20 minutes and couldn't finish it. Honestly, I don't get the hype. I've seen it, but I thought it was an extremely boring movie. That was from a guy, by the way. So yeah, this was just like politics. It's about 50-50.
I'm going to jump in. It's not 50-50. It was 61-39. Now, I would like to say that in the world, people never stop surprising me. So, I mean, I'm not surprised. People punch me in the face all the time, and I just take it. But I would like to say that as a person who you listed all the comments, the negative comments, and I would like to go through some of the positive comments. Okay. I own it. I pretty much have it memorized. These are not my comments. These are comments under the poll that you did. You're not a true horse girl if you haven't seen it. I've seen it many, many, many times. I bought a buckskin after watching that movie 17 years ago. I'm a horse girl and my name is Jessica. What do you think? I've seen it many times. Seen it multiple times. It's an all-time favorite. Yes. I just watched it last week. I've seen it at least 10 times. These are normal horse people. The ones that haven't seen it, you know what? Like, we read really bad ads and we're like, have no soul. You can't have any soul when you're reading it or listening to it. Well, these people are the soulless, the ones that you mentioned. And I'm done. It was not, you said 50-50.
I did have people just to rile her up
39.
this morning on our anniversary. I thought you'd like that.
You didn't even remember it was our anniversary,
I did
so
not.
shut it.
I did not. God, I don't think I ever have. Well, and we did, if you remember right, in the early days, we did anniversary episodes every November. And then after a couple of years, it was like, well, this is getting old. So we stopped.
Well, I was looking through the Facebook memories, and it was like 7 years, and it was 8 years, and it was 9 years, and it was 10 years, and then nobody
cares anymore. Now we only do the big ones. Like in another couple of years, we'll do 15.
Okay. No need to post about 13.
No.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. All right.
You didn't even care.
Daily Whinnie time. We have 2 auditor birthdays, Michaela Webb and Brennan Dennis. Happy birthday to both of you. We hope you have a wonderful day.
Well, my daily Whinnie goes out to Jocelyn Russell. She has done it again, Glenn. Did you see it? If you don't follow Jocelyn Russell, she does all the Secretariat monuments, and she did it again. She is just amazing. So I was following her journey because they had to trailer him from pretty much the west to the east. It's a new monument with Secretariat, and it's Secretariat, and he's at Claiborne Farms. And he's now been put in Paris, Kentucky, which is home of Claiborne Farms, which is where he stood at stud and was born and all that, or not born, but stood at stud. And it is a cool, amazingly beautiful monument of him in his older years galloping through the field, a very famous picture that she turned into the monument. And I love following her because she would post videos of him on the trailer behind her, like, Secretariat's chasing us. It was so cool. And it's beautiful. And if you haven't seen it, it has been installed at Secretariat Park in Paris, Kentucky. And it's pretty exciting.
That's right on Main Street. It's a new park they put it, because I was going, I don't remember seeing that. But apparently it's a new park, and it looks great. I mean, they did the whole thing up. It looks neat.
It's so beautiful. It's so cool. And I'm just, it's awesome. So congratulations, Jocelyn, and the city, and Claiborne Farm, and all the other people involved.
Good for her. All right, I need to, this is the point of the year when I start reminding people that you have 15 days to get your entries in for Radiothon, get those songs and poems in. I know a bunch of you are working on them, and as Jamie and I know, you all do them and send them in the last day. So we're trying to get them all in by the 15th, so we have time to edit them and get them all ready for the 26th for Radiothon Day. And this year we also have to make them into videos, which I'm not even quite sure how we're going to do yet, but we need to get them in. So I know a lot of you are working on them. The earlier you can get them to us, the better. Go to horseradionetwork.com, click on the Holiday Radiothon tab in the upper right-hand corner. That has all the instructions. There's a couple of options, the ways you can send us the sound files. You can call the voicemail line. We did have a couple people do that yesterday, but we need these. I think for me, it's all fun and we have fun and everything, but for me, the highlight is hearing all of you singing and dancing and doing poetry on Radiothon. That makes it for us, is hearing you guys.
If you don't know what it is, explain what we're doing this year. Before, it's been 12 hours and Glenn loses his mind. Yes. This time, it's how many hours?
I'm only losing half my mind this year. 6 hours. But we are doing video this year because if you remember right, when we started this, you couldn't do video live. There just wasn't a way to do it. So we're doing it now, Facebook Live, and to a bunch of different places. Or you can go to the Horses in the Morning or the Horse Radio Network Facebook page, and you'll find it. And it's on November 26th, starting at 3 to 9 p.m., and we're doing that so more and more people would be home on a Sunday night to watch it.
Now, I would like to tell you that you told me I have to wear an ugly Christmas sweater. Is that right?
Yeah, I just bought a second one. I want to be able to change during the 6 hours.
I made the purchase yesterday.
Oh, did you buy an ugly one?
I bought it and I brought it home. And my husband's response was, well, you win. That's the worst one I've ever seen.
Good. Perfect. That's what we want.
And I don't want this to be like, I'm going to be prepared for this to be like you're duping me, right? Like everybody, it's an ugly Christmas sweater, and I show up in an ugly Christmas sweater and everybody's dressed normal. Like I'm Bridget Jones. Like that would happen. And so don't do that to me.
No, it is ugly Christmas sweater day.
And I got it. I mean, where else are you going to shop for an ugly Christmas sweater in Oklahoma, Glenn?
Walmart.
You got it,
well,
baby.
It's so funny because Jennifer went there and said, they have so many ugly Christmas sweaters right now. It's ridiculous.
Well, I got the worst one. So when you go through the thing, be like, this is the worst one. Jamie already has that one. That's the one she has.
You know, Ashley apparently owns many ugly Christmas sweaters, and she promises to change every hour because she's helping MC and run the buttons.
I'm not investing in that much.
No, I have a couple. I have a couple of ugly Christmas sweaters that I'm going to go with.
I hate wearing sweaters. God.
I know. I'm going to have to turn the air conditioner on to be able to wear them here in Florida. So get them in. Get those entries in. We really do want to hear from you. It is truly the highlight of the day. Everybody said that over the years.
And you can win prizes if you send in entries. That's the sweetest part of the deal.
Yeah, we have over $3,000 in prizes so far. So it's going to be a good day. Hearing all of you, interviewing some guests, having some fun, and giving away lots of stuff. So get those in by the 15th if you can. Let's hear from Kemin Equine, and then we're going to go to our first guest.
Okay, well, a fallen section of fence can certainly throw a wrench in your day. Aside from a headache and a repair bill, it might also allow your horses out and other creatures in. A fence is not unlike the intestinal barrier this way. It needs to be strong and functional to keep the good bugs in and the bad bugs out. But what happens when we have a down section of fence or loosened tight junctions in the gut lining? Holes or leaks in your horse's intestinal barrier, known as leaky gut syndrome, can result in various health and welfare problems. And it's not a small problem. Gut issues are the number one cause of premature death in horses, but there's something you can do about it. Good nutrition and attention to gut health can help promote immunity, performance, healthy weight, nutrient absorption, and positive attitude. For optimal health, ensure your feed includes Clostat, Butapearl ZEQ, and Chemtrace Chromium from Kemin Equine.
And coming up next, we have Rachel on. She's with Blue Ribbon Beauty, and she developed her own cosmetic line for riders, and we're going to talk to her about that. You know, we're going to be highlighting some companies like this coming up into the holidays. We always do every year to try and give you some different ideas on holiday gifts for your riding friends. And on Friday, we have a couple of companies coming up, or actually a couple of individuals who make stuff, and there are listeners who are going to be highlighting their products that you can get for the holidays, because we do like to support each other. Well, unfortunately, we couldn't get Rachel on the line. I don't know if she had something come up. Happens sometimes with horse people. Actually, considering the number of guests we've interviewed over the last 13 years, which is probably 8,000, we don't have this happen too often. So Rachel, we're sorry you couldn't make it today. But I did want to ask you something we haven't done in a long time. Is anything going on that app you use in Oklahoma to spy on the neighbors?
Glenn, let me tell you about Nextdoor in Oklahoma. First of all,
I couldn't remember the name.
Nextdoor is a fantastic app. Now, I say that because it's just pure comedy gold. Like the two things that it's good for is if you lose an animal or you find an animal, you post the animal on there, and then you can hopefully reunite or be reunited with your pet. The other thing that Nextdoor is good for is for laughing at people because they do it to themselves. They do it to themselves. So, would you like me to get started? We need a sounder for this, like Nextdoor in Oklahoma. And I do encourage all of you out there listening to this that have this app, please, if you see something that's awesome, being awesome meaning ridiculous, please send it to me, Jamie@horseradionetwork.com, because Oklahoma can't be just the only one that has things like this. Well, let's see. Heather done posted, what in the actual hell? I just don't get it. I'm offering a $750 couch from Ashley Furniture in near perfect condition with the chase attachment that converts to an ottoman for $200. Why don't anybody want it? I never posted nothing for sale before. Did I do something wrong? Like, seriously, not trying to spam me? Can anyone look up the listing and tell me if I screwed it up? Major thanks to anyone that has an opinion or advice, and I hope you're all having a great day.
By the way, the accent's wonderful. Is this on Facebook Marketplace or next door?
I don't know. She posted on next door. So why won't
I can
nobody
imagine.
buy her
Could you
damn
picture this
for-
couch covered in dog hair? And
Oh my God. It's near perfect, Glenn, for $950. It could be yours. Or you could go to Ashley and get a new one for that. All right. This is there's
it wouldn't be
a
as good
picture.
without the accent, though, I got to tell you.
Well, this is how they talk here, Glenn. And Joanna says it's a picture of like a flatbed trailer. Okay. And I feel like when I saw this one, I feel like sometimes, you know how people use the word literally, figuratively?
Yes.
Because literally
in every
means
sentence.
an actual thing.
Yes.
Well, I feel like this person has misused the word. See if you can find the misused word in this next post. Does anyone have an old trailer like this that they want to sell or get rid of reasonably? Size and condition does not matter. My friend desperately needs one for his livelihood and tragically does not have access to the one that he's been using. Is that tragic? Is that tragic?
It's unfortunate, not tragic.
You know what? He can't use that trailer now. He's dead. That's tragic. That's tragic.
The trailer blew up. Yeah. It is unfortunate, though. Poor guy. I feel that.
Now this is something that just would happen and this is in my area here, like right, like they have like different wards on the neighborhood thing, and this is like in my area, and this is what Joe posted. We have a missing donkey. If anyone has seen a lone donkey, please send me a message. Thanks.
Maybe he's out with that posse that came to visit you one day.
Well, somebody responded, "Hey, Joe, a couple of days ago, Teresa came by at Mom and Dad's house, and they had an extra donkey in their yard, and I think she and Mama tried calling Ken about it, but it wasn't his, so you might want to go check with her." I'm assuming we all know who Teresa is. And I'm supposed to know who your mother and father are? Mama, I love it when people write. I think Mama tried to call Ken about it.
Did you know that the Ring doorbell camera things?
Yeah.
Did you know that on the Ring app, you can join the neighborhood? So we have one, and on the Ring app, you can join the neighborhood, and it goes to like 3 or 4 miles around you. And then people can actually post the Ring doorbell cameras videos.
Ooh.
Yes. So that's been interesting too. Mostly it's lost dogs. This dog showed up at my house, and there's a picture of the Ring doorbell and the dog wandering around the front porch. But it's also got all the criminals in there too, because lately it's been posting a lot of people showing up and just casing the joint. And then they post the videos of the people that are casing the joint. And then on the one of them here, this guy comes up and he's looking around. You can tell he's probably looking for packages. Don't criminals know that Ring doorbell cameras exist, by the way? So
here's the thing. Go ahead.
So he's looking around, obviously looking down. You see his head pop back up again. And then you see him kind of look in the window and all of that. And then somebody comes on and says, down below, actually says, "Hey, that's my husband." So then this whole conversation went back and forth about her husband and what she didn't know he was out at this person's house. So, and then it stopped. So I don't know what happened there.
Looking for his lady
I don't know what happened there, but I don't know if the husband posted the Ring camera.
See, and this is why I don't need to get involved with the Ring camera. Chad got me one for Christmas and I gave it away because I do not need to join the paranoia.
Your house sits so far back, you'd have to put it on your gate.
I was like, oh, cool. There's the Roadrunner just trotted by again. But see, here's it's funny you brought that up because it's like you knew the next story that I was going to do was a Ring.
Oh, I didn't know.
Doorbell camera story.
This is why we've been doing this 13 years, is for this quality entertainment right here.
Exactly, Glenn. And this was posted last night because they said, you know what? This is Bobby, Bobbie. Bobby says, well, we're hoping for trick-or-treaters. And this was not the visitor that we were expecting. So if this is your pig, message me and I'll tell you where to find it. And it is
wasn't a donkey, it was a pig.
It's a Ring doorbell photo of a pig in their front yard. And this is not rural. This is in a neighborhood.
The pig and the donkey are going to get together. They'll be out.
They're running wild. And then finally, we're going to end with Morgan's post. And Morgan says, thank you for this, Morgan. I'm really excited that you've decided to share this. Did anyone else happen to get food poisoning from eating a quarter pounder with cheese from the McDonald's at the Riverwind Casino yesterday? Or was I just one of the lucky ones to take one for the team?
Oh, my God. My God.
Don't eat McDonald's, especially at a casino. What are you doing?
I was just looking to see if there are podcasts about Nextdoor. Because I was thinking, wow, this would make a wonderful podcast. There's about 10 podcasts that just do Nextdoor stuff. Yes. The Nextdoor podcast, The Best of Nextdoor, Nextdoor Neighbors podcast. There's a lot of podcasts about Nextdoor.
Nice. Well, I'm sure that I'm not the only one who has weird stuff like this pop up on their Nextdoor. So please feel free to share with me, Jamie@horseradionetwork.com.
I bet you none of them do it with the great accents you do, though.
Well, not everybody's in Oklahoma, Glenn.
Well, if you go to State Line Tack right now, you're going to find a lot of things that you can get that probably your neighbors on Nextdoor already own. And
or you could buy the Ashley couch.
That's right.
From my neighbor.
They're having a Halloween scream-worthy sales event right now on statelinetack.com. And they have a variety of different things from blankets to stud muffins are on sale at 23% off right now. Still Scooter's favorite treat, by the way. Anything from ulcer guard. They have supplements in there. They have horse blankets. They have, what else do they have in here? They have boots and all different kinds of things in their, what are they calling it again? The Halloween Scream-worthy sales event. Head on over, and I'm sure that happens through the end of the week. Yes, it does. So head on over right now to statelinetack.com and find your Halloween savings. And I cannot believe, by the way, how many stores are doing Black Friday sales already. It's November the 1st.
Oh my God, what? Yes. I can't keep up with all this.
I know. They're doing Black Friday already. It's like, okay, Christmas now runs 4 months and Black Friday apparently runs 2 months. So, but State Line Tack, they're right on time with Halloween. Head on over there to statelinetack.com.
This Horse Health Report is brought to you by Daily Dose Equine Non-GMO Core Nutrition for horses and ponies of all ages. I would like to welcome to the show Susan Smith. Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us. Where in the world are you right now?
I live in Santa Fe, New Mexico. That's where I'm based.
Well, that is not a bad place to be at any given time.
No.
So are you a ortho-bionomist? Like, what is your title?
I'm an instructor and advanced practitioner of orthobionomy and equine orthobionomy. So I work on both humans and horses, and it is a osteopathic modality.
Okay, so orthobionomy is an osteopathic. Explain it for those of us who may not know anything about this.
Okay, very good. Well, it is a non-force modality, orthobionomy is, with roots in osteopathy, which originated as a medical practice. And so orthobionomy itself does not only work with the musculoskeletal system, but also all body systems like the visceral and fluids and fascia and so forth. And so it's a way that horses can come into connection with their bodies, and it also has a self-corrective mechanism to it, so that after a while the horse doesn't need very many sessions, because and if it is in good health initially, because the body takes over and understands what it needs to do to heal itself.
Okay, so like in my head, as you're describing it, I'm thinking like chiropractic / Reiki / like stretching. What do you do to the horse?
Well, what we do is you come into connection with the horse by approaching them and finding a place to meet the horse. First of all, it's not like you come in and just do something to the horse. You come in, make a connection, either put your hand out to greet, put your hand on the wither, the chest, the sacrum, and then the movements are very gentle. They're like moving the neck. And sometimes we will bring the neck around by bringing the halter, inviting the horse to bring his head around with the halter, or just holding the opposite cheek and bringing it around. And sometimes this is a movement we'll use to maybe cave around a pain in the neck, like in the mid-neck. And then other things that will happen is the horse will begin to yawn or lick and chew in response, because they're feeling really relaxed and comfortable, and fall asleep and allow themselves to receive the work. So it's a little bit more specific than something like Reiki, and it's not a pushy modality such as chiropractic. So I don't know how to place it in your world.
Middle somewhere.
It's in the middle somewhere. Yeah.
Gotcha. Now, Ashley, who booked this interview, said, "Do you have some stretches for our listeners and the horses? So, can you share those with us?"
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, one thing that we can do is the one I was just talking about, where you can take the horse's head and bring it around toward you. And if you've got a horse with a stiff neck, and you can sort of feel that along the spine, and then bring the horse's head around and hold it. It's as much as the horse can do. You're not forcing him into a bend that he doesn't want to do, but this can really help with a horse that has some neck stiffness or develops neck stiffness through riding. And then just hold it for the length of time the horse can do it. Sometimes it's just a really tiny incremental movement, and then let him have his head back. And then you can also take the head to the opposite side, push the horse's head to the opposite side, which will affect the lower cervical spine right by the shoulder. Push it toward the opposite and just hold it there until he's ready to bring his head back to center. And then another movement that we have is lifting legs. Now, we think, we lift legs all the time to pick their feet and so forth. But when you lift the legs specifically to go into a particular point, such as, say you want to address a point right at the end of the cervical spine, which is the neck and the shoulder blade, right there in that crevice. And so you would pick up the leg and lift it upward and then a little bit forward toward the head, and then compress in toward the middle of the body and just hold it that way. And that can provide a tremendous amount of relief. And then you just hold it until the horse pushes back. We all know what that feels like when the horse pushes back against our hands, and let him have his leg back. And then usually he's going to adjust or stretch his neck or lick and chew. Another one for the wither, and this will affect this thoracic spine, which is the spine that we sit on when we ride, is pick up the leg again in the same manner.
The front leg.
Just bring it, the front leg, yes. And then you're going to bring it directly upward toward the wither. So you're always going somewhere. You have some intention with what you're doing. You know, you're not just lifting the leg randomly. You're bringing it directly up and holding it, and comfortable with that. And then when he's ready, he's going to push out of it. Some horses hold their legs up for a really long time. Others, it's only a really short time, like 15 seconds. And then you let them have it back down and bring it down gradually in each of these cases. And so we can do the same with the hind legs, bringing the leg upward, lifting the leg directly toward the sacrum, which is really where the croup, just at the croup there, between the 2 points of the hip. And that's another place you can bring the hind leg up toward that point.
Cool. And how often should we be doing things like this?
Well, you don't need to do it every day necessarily, but I think it's helpful to do like between your riding sessions, and you know, if you find that your horse is stiff, like if I go to ride my horse and I find that she's stiff going to the right, for example, I may do a leg lift and a neck bend. And I just jump off and do a couple of those things and then get back on. And the same with something going on with the hind legs. I want to really support whatever's going on. And you're providing a bit more than just having the horse warm out of a stiffness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're providing support there. Like, then it makes that action that they need to do so much easier. And it doesn't, and then after they have done it, they don't stiffen up right away after, because they've got this little piece of information in their body that's helping them move on beyond what was bothering them when they started out. So that's the piece of it that's quite valuable.
That's great. And I love that people can get involved with this on their own. It's not something they have to travel to Santa Fe to do. So you have a website that people can go look at, check out, get in touch with you, contact you, and learn more?
Yes. And I provide classes online as well as in person. But mostly right now it's going to be online throughout the winter. And my website is www.susansmithsantafe.com. So it's easy to find.
SusanSmithSantaFe.com. This is awesome. Thank you so much, Susan, for coming on. You were requested by one of our listeners, so you've got a fan out there for sure, and hopefully get some more information out there about it.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Daily Dose Equine Horse Feeds has 4 different formulas that we're going to chat about very briefly today. First one on the list balances the needs of horses who need calories, but they also need a little bit of focus. What's that one called?
Called Mass No Sass.
They also have a formula that's going to balance the needs of a horse that needs a lot of energy because he is a high performance competitor. What's that one?
That one is called Freestyle Performance or Trail Mix.
Dun, 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 because yes, trail horses can be high performance animals. And for senior horses or horses who have dental issues,
that one's called Senior.
Tough to remember. And for those who want a top quality non-GMO feed, which is what all of Daily Dose Equine's feeds are, but they also have a really serious budget that they need to stick to. What do you have for them?
We call that product Sweet and Safe.
Time to learn why some days you're embarrassed to be part of the human race in Jamie's Weird News.
I mean, technically, it's not my weird news. It's your weird news that you send to me and share with me. If you are looking at a newspaper or wherever you get your news online, nobody reads news. Do you read newspapers?
No, I don't. I have 2 websites I check online, and then I'm depressed and I quit.
My father-in-law still reads papers and will send a picture, click a picture of an article, and then text it to everybody.
Really?
Totally, he does. Yeah, it's awesome.
By the way, you go to the store and you see a newspaper now, remember how thick they used to be and how thin they are now? It's just like...
Yeah, because nobody's advertising in them anymore. Bless their hearts. Oh, well, anyway, if you are looking wherever you get your news and you see something and you're like, wow, that's super weird, send it to me, Jamie@horseradionetwork.com with weird news in the subject line. Just like Debbie, Kelly, Stephanie, April, Ina, Lori, Nate, and Katie all did. Now, I don't tell you who sends what because honestly, it's none of your business. So where they get their news and, this is pseudo involved with Florida, Glenn. Okay. So there's somewhat involved in this. So there was a flight. It is Florida. They said Panama, and I thought it was Panama, the country, and it's actually Panama City. So this makes a whole lot more sense right now, this story that I'm going to tell you. So there was a flight that was leaving Panama City, PCB baby, and heading down for Tampa. And something's going down, Glenn. They had to return back to Panama City, turn this plane around, because there was reports of a possible bomb on the plane. Okay. A Boeing 737 took off, but had to turn around and land back at Panama City at 11 a.m. local time. They had to take this plane. Could you imagine being on this plane? They had to take it to an isolated stretch of the tarmac, take the 144 passengers off the plane, and then they had to have the anti-explosives team inspect the aircraft. So everybody's off the plane on the tarmac. They're like, swarm, swarm. They bring all the guys in the bomb gear. They're going through the plane. Oh, we found out what it was, says Jose Castro, the head of the airport security team. The suspicious object in one of the plane's bathrooms. Okay. So we had it on this is the quote. We had it on a secure runway where police, special explosives, canine units, and special forces were deployed and examined the object. Do you want to guess what the object was, Glenn?
In Florida, it could be anything. I'm going to guess it was some kind of critter that shouldn't be on the plane.
No, Glenn.
Was it a fish?
No.
Was it a fish? Please tell me it was a catfish.
Not a fish.
No.
Not a fish. It was an adult diaper. An adult diaper that was used, balled up, left in the airport lavatory, and somebody thought it was a bomb and made all this. And plane returned due to it being an adult diaper.
How much did that cost the airline for that?
I don't know.
A lot.
I can't even imagine.
It cost them a lot. Oh, that's funny. Only in Florida. Well, not true anymore.
It's an airplane kind of day, though, because there was a couple that was flying in from the Congo to Chicago.
Oh, this has to include some kind of weird animal or meat.
Have you seen this story?
No, but they always, when they're coming from the Congo, what else is it going to be?
Then I'll just give it to you real quick since you already know what's happening. The Border Patrol, Customs and Border Patrol, had to stop these people because they discovered 15 pounds of goat guts. All the organs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, all the entire digestive system intact, all of it found in this person's suitcase. Now, also found were 2 pounds of unidentified meat and 2 pounds of garden eggs, which are known as African eggplants. So I don't know what that is, but why would you have goat guts?
First of all, nothing stinks worse than the guts part when it's out of the animal. And was this refrigerated?
It does not say, Glenn, because I feel like if you're going to transport dead guts across, it should be in some sort of dry ice type
You'd
of
smell
container.
them coming a mile away. And first of all, and the second of all, what do you do after the guts have been exposed for days with it?
Oh, there's so much wrong. I mean, obviously, this is like a big problem because having those things brought into our country could introduce all sorts of problems.
Yeah, especially from the Congo.
Yeah, it doesn't say whether these people were like just morons or any. It doesn't give you a good follow up. Let me just tell you. It just
is there
says,
an illegal trade in goat guts?
That's what I'm.
We have no goats here.
But all they do is refer us back to last week's story where the lady was caught with a giraffe poop in her luggage because she was going to make a necklace.
It's a perfect combination, those two.
Oh, man. You know, we always highlight houses that are for sale here on the Horses in the Morning, like really great things. So this is a 6-bedroom house in San Jose, California. Easy access to the freeway, 2,700 square feet of living spaces. It's in a quiet neighborhood, good schools in the area. The backyard has been planted with orange, apple, and lemon trees, 3.5 bathrooms, a swimming pool, a luxury spa, garage parking, solar panels, air conditioning, all these awesome things, Glenn. And this house can be yours. 6,000 square foot lot. However, unfortunately, the home is not ready to be shown yet because they haven't cleared it of the contamination from the people that were building explosives and making meth. So there's just a small problem. It's got an inactive meth lab and meth contamination. But as soon as it's cleaned up, it can be yours for $1.5 million. That's right.
Meth houses, in my experience, usually aren't the most attractive. Do you have a picture? I mean, I haven't had a lot of. Let me clarify that. I have not had a lot of experience with meth houses, but what you see on TV.
But here's where it's crazy. This is a California home, right? And they want $1.5 million for this. And I'm looking at it, and it's 6 inches from the house on the right and the left. In the front, there is a fence put up, and the entire front of the house is just plywood, like across the front. There's signs everywhere, like you can't go in. I guess. I mean, for all the sale of this, they're really selling it. Here's the listing on the Redfin. Great opportunity to own a large home on a large 6,000 square foot lot. Home has an inactive meth lab and meth contamination.
It actually says that in the
Redfin. Home has not been cleared of contamination and will be transferred to the new buyer in its current state.
Is that legal?
I guess.
All high school teachers that are interested, please contact.
Exactly. So apparently this guy got arrested, and they've had to start selling his house. And as well as the meth lab, when the police were investigating, they found a weapon stockpile, including guns, liquids, explosives, multiple energetic homemade destructive devices, and all of this. Oh my God. But again, only for $1.55 million can it be yours.
So let me get this straight. For $1.5 million, I get the house that's still got meth contamination in it, but I don't get the guns and bombs?
No, you don't get any of that. That's all been taken away. And Peter Karasev is in jail because that was his house.
Please tell me he was a high school science teacher.
It does not say. Okay. It does not say. But he could be.
Okay, for all of you who don't know, I was referencing Breaking Bad. So
yeah,
just saying.
I think we all got that.
Okay, good. I'm glad. I feel
last one.
One more? Okay.
Yeah, that was only 3. It's number 4. Whereas in the last story we talked about the meth house. Well, apparently this guy in the meth house had been selling to somebody in Salt Lake City. Because Ryan Neil Davis, they always use 3 names, 23 years old, was booked in the Salt Lake City County Jail early Wednesday for aggravated assault. Okay. So according to it's not funny. It's not funny. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny. It's kind of funny. So according to the police booking the affidavit, a man was skateboarding on a sidewalk at 1 a.m. Okay. That's their first mistake. Just randomly skateboarding, not really doing anything wrong, just skateboarding on the sidewalk. And then Ryan Neil Davis was also on the sidewalk, and he saw the skateboarder coming and freaked out, produced a large machete and swung it at the victim, striking him on the left forearm, causing a half-inch laceration that immediately required stitches. Now, why is it weird? Because Ryan Neil Davis was taken in and questioned by the police. And when questioned about the assault, Davis said, "I was attempting to cause the victim harm because I thought he was a giant fish."
A Placo fish? A largemouth catfish?
A largemouth catfish skateboarding down the road at 1 a.m. Apparently, this attack comes only a few months after he was convicted for aggravated assault.
No drugs here,
else.
People.
Drugs are bad, people. If you are seeing a giant fish skateboarding towards you at 1 a.m. in Salt Lake City, just go the other way. Just leave the fish alone. He's just minding his own business, and check yourself in somewhere because you need some help. You need to get clean. Oh, God. Sorry, just had to end with that one.
All right, well, that's a good one to end with, I think. Tomorrow morning on the show, Mary and Jennifer are going to be here with some quality educational advice for you on horse training. And,
what would you consider what I provided today, Glenn?
What we provided today, I think what we provided today was not that, actually.
Not that at all.
No. And then Friday, we're going to do some really bad. Ashley will be here. You're going to a concert in Vegas, but Ashley will be here, and we're gonna have a bunch of guests on talking about some ideas for custom Christmas gifts coming up.
Might be gambling on the Breeders' Cup a little bit too. So
yeah, I totally forgot that was this weekend. So yeah, put $4 down for me, like you always do. No,
never. You never pay me back. You owe me at least.
It's only taken you 13 years to figure that out. Auditors, hold on. We're gonna hang around and talk about something. We'll be here.
Spay, neuter, geld, everybody.
Have a good concert trip. You
Going
too.
to Vegas. Going to see you two at the Sphere.
Oh, that's so cool. I want to see the Sphere. I can't wait to hear about that.
It's the size of hotels when he flies in and sees it.
Oh, I can't wait.